All right, guys. So today we have a very special ration. Today we have a vintage long range patrol. This one we actually know the production date because the person who bought it from had a whole case of them. This is a 1977 production. The inspection date was 1979. That was the year after I was born. And this is a feed packet long range patrol beef hash mini number 1. It's made by the Seal Bag Company, Rochester, New York. 14625. A couple things I do notice about it. It has a little hole in it, which is not ideal. Hopefully you did that whenever you unpacked it, or it got done to shipping on the way here, and it has not been like that for a long time. Obviously on these, the better they're sealed, the better off we are. This is a freeze-dried ration, so this is more of a special forces ration. And this is used in late Vietnam, even though this is a little bit past when Vietnam stopped. This is a later production. So if you were a special forces, the Army Ranger, so forth, that's what you would have used. I'm sure other branches, armed forces also use these too. The drawback of these are you have to have so much water to use them. And that was a huge drawback. Because in the jungle you have water, but so much of it is not usable, right? Accessory packet mini number 1. I apologize. Right now it's going to be so hard to read this because it is so reflective. The way our lights are set up, it's going to be very tough. Do you want to turn that top light back on? We're probably a little bit dark. I would say just leave it on. So accessory packet mini number 1. Cornflake bar orange, cocoa beverage, matches coffee, cream sugar. So even though the outside package is punctured, this one's still nice and sealed. Rip it off like that. And Philip's never done anything this old, so it should be interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So first of all, you see a little bit of oily substance on here, and that is more likely from the cornflakes bar, the oils that come out of it. So here we have a coffee instant type 1. We have another coffee instant type 1. Pack of the old style green matches. Cream substitute. Pack of was it Amstar, AMSTAR Corporation sugar. Cocoa beverage powder, and all this feels very free. It's not clumped up at all. So far everything looks really good. This is type 3 fruit flavored cornflake bar. I don't think I've ever had a fruit flavored cornflake. It smells like fruit too. I mean, it smells like old fruit. It smells like somebody's library.
It does actually.
Yep. And so we have our sheathing here. We have a few things in here, a couple things in here. We have the old style spoon, has a little point on it. And I assume this is for stirring up your stuff you get down the corners of the package. This is our freeze-dried beef hash. Now, as long as this is not punctured, this is freeze-dried. It'll be totally, totally fine to eat. Is it punctured? Does not look to be at all. You can still see it's still vacuum sealed down on it. And this actually should be a very good meal, a very tasty meal. So let's go ahead and crank this baby open. We're going to get some boiling water, but we'll go ahead and open it up and take a look. Take a look-see anyway. Now these can be eaten dry, like it is, if you're really brave, or it could be eaten mixed with water. Obviously, if you eat freeze-dried food dry, it's going to want to suck the water out of your body, and it's going to make you dehydrated probably pretty quick. So you definitely want to reconstitute it. Here's our main, and I've had these before. It don't look like much, but let me tell you, it actually is going to be a very, very good menu. Everything looks good. No bad smells at all. If I'll take a whiff of that, like no smell at all. If it was not good, there'd be two things you notice. See how free everything is? It would be all clumped up. The second thing, it'd have like a rotten smell to it once moisture gets into it. And it has neither one of those. So let me try to dismantle this guy here. And these are not sealed. This inner bag is only the bag to mix this in. And look how free that is. It's like perfect. Perfect little time capsule. And that's what you get from buying this from somebody that's had this stuff for most of their life and has kept it in the right conditions. And it's still in the case until very recently. It just smells almost like dog food. It doesn't smell bad.
Right.
It kind of has like a weird beefy beef bouillon kind of smell to it. But that's the way they're supposed to smell. So let's heat some water up. We'll be right back. We're going to mix this baby up. All right. So we got, obviously, coffee. We're going to do that first. Let's do this first. This is going to take the longest to reconstitute. I'll have to add water to it many times. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put some water in it to start. Shouldn't be any holes in this bag. And you're going to say, oh my God, Nathan, that's way too much water. You're so stupid. Well, not my first rodeo. And that's definitely not way too much water. As you can see, it's already nearly sucked all that water up. So let's put just, we're going to have to put some more in there. I could already tell you right now. We'll start with that. We'll mix it up. We'll just let it sit a little bit. We'll come back to it. You can smell it now. It smells like beef stew. Let's give this a little, well, that didn't work out too good. There is a clothespin somewhere here, but unfortunately, where here, that's another problem. What we could do, we'll do this. A little something just to hold her down. It works perfectly. Let's go ahead and fix the coffee. I'm going to shuffle this to the back just a little bit. I'll let Philip get a little better shot of this. What I like about this instant coffee, it's all stuck to the top, so when you open it up, and you can see, it's just like perfect. Instant coffee, and it gets some kind of nuclear radiation going on in it. It's pretty much always perfect. But you can smell it. It looks like it smells that stew. But it just smells like instant coffee.
Right.
All right, there's Philip's instant coffee. We're going to give him a spoon here. Give her a little stir. Let's set that right there for right now. Let's go in here and let's do our cocoa. This is cocoa beverage powder type 1 fortified. I'll let you take a sip of this so you can say you did it. So you can just say you did it. But usually these are really good. MRE cocoa always tastes the same, no matter if it's old or new. It always has just a little bit, and this is French, a little bit different taste to it. It smells a little bit almost like fruity, doesn't it?
It smells kind of good.
Yeah. It smells normal for what it is. Let's go ahead and blast this in it. That should be about right. Give her a little stir. It's pretty clumpy. You could actually drink this cold, but I don't think drinking this cold would be something I'd want to do. I've made it cold before. It doesn't mix well. And it's clumpy, so you gotta kind of chew it down. And I don't know about you, but I'm not really into chewing hot drinks down that are made cold. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and bring this back in then. And then we'll put Philip's drink right there. He'll be the one suckling that on down. He's the coffee man around this place. Let's take a look, see what's going on in here. We're getting close. But you can see it's still kind of like drywall mud. We're gonna need just another little trickle in there. We're gonna give this a nice little stir. We're gonna come back in just a second and see if we're good to go. Kind of set that back here. Everything's just reflecting off this. I hate that, but it's just a different kind of plastic. You're just gonna have that. So this is gonna be Philip's first time. Here's your spoon, sir.
Thank you.
And we're gonna go in here and mix it up. It's been just a few minutes. It looks about right now. If you can see that or not. And it looks, obviously anything meat looks like dog food on camera. Just the way it is, right? So this is beef stew, so it's basically meat and potatoes. Hamburger, essentially. What I would say, you could definitely smell the potatoes. Definitely like a beef bouillon type smell to it. It actually smells very nice. The meat's still a little bit tough. It needs a little bit longer reconstituting, but it's very close. The longer it sits, the better it is, pretty much. And the longer it sits, you have to keep adding more water to it, as the most freeze-dried stuff is. Like all the Mountain House stuff, if you let it sit very long, you got to add more water to it. So, there it is.
It's actually pretty good. I was expecting worse. Definitely better than I expected.
They actually made some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And talking to some guys that fought in Vietnam, they had some of these off and on, and they said that they were not desired. And I guess if you think about it, back then, all the canned stuff and the sea rations were all fresh. Fresh enough where they weren't bad. Put it that way. So, it's just like eating canned food. Back then, especially, nobody had freeze-dried anything, probably. And so it's probably weird to them. And like I said, having to have that much water on hand.
Well, if I was in the jungle, I'd be kind of pissed if I got this only. But
I think a lot of the issue is all they had was iodine tablets to purify the water. So you had an iodine taste in this from that.
right.
It's probably made it pretty nasty. And then, because, the jungle, you have a lot of water, but you can't drink any of it. Unless you can find a fresh spring, and then even that's questionable. In a warm climate, bacteria grows in everything. So you're using a heavily flavored water that's not good. But it is very, very nice, actually, for a freeze-dried food. That's nearly on par with some of the French mains we had recently. It's not, obviously not as fresh, not canned, but it has a very nice beefy flavor to it. The potatoes are very nice, which they reconstituted very good, but they're also very small cubes of potato. That's what I keep. It's actually good. All right. Keep her hot here. Let's move on. I'm gonna let Philip. You want to drink coffee first to cleanse your little palate?
Sure.
I'll let you have a sip of this. We don't have no kind of mouth aids or nothing. And if it all goes wrong, we got that, right? Can you imagine if it went wrong and all you have is a little square of toilet paper? So it has the MRE taste to it.
That's good.
You get the chocolate, and then it has the MRE, that aftertaste, kind of like vitamin-y kind of taste to it.
Yeah.
If you get that or not.
Right.
But all MRE, US MRE stuff's like that. Even stuff today's like that. Maybe a little bit funky, but it's not bad.
Right.
It tastes normal. I mean,
It's normal.
I don't know if I drink the whole cup of it or not and think it was going to work out for you, but not bad at all. Did you already try your
Coffee.
cafe? I said you like black coffee. Let me tell you what, son, that's black. Nice and acidic because it's instant.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
All right. So I don't know if this is going to be edible. This is the fruit type 3 fruit flavored cornflake bar. I've never had a fruit flavored cornflake bar ever. And I would say this is probably not a very common thing because I've never seen or never heard of it. But you never know. Just take a smell of it first. That's 100% not good. Smell it.
Paint or what?
Well, little
Cardboard,
mothballs and old library books and cat piss. I think a mixture of those three things.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys ask how I know what cat piss smells like. Well, we know. Trust me. Cat spray, I would say. Cat spray. Kind of has that pungent odor to it. Should we eat this? No, absolutely should not. It's going to be nasty as heck.
We cut into it, see what it looks like.
Let's see if I could just snap it. Snap her in two. Very oily. I smell it now. Now it has a very strong, almost like fruitcake.
It's pretty rough.
I mean, the oils definitely went bad in it. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Let me take a little bite. Ready?
You serious?
Got your phone? 911 on standby.
We tried it. Is it dry?
Very sweet.
Really?
Yeah, wait a little bit. It's not good. I promise you it's not good.
It's not good.
It tastes like cornflakes. You don't taste any of the fruitiness to it. It smells like something you buy at Home Depot. It smells like brand new OSB or plywood.
Yeah.
The formaldehyde smell.
Yep. I know what you mean by that.
That's exactly what it smells like. All right, that's probably enough because we're more than likely going to die if we eat too much of that. That was never meant to hold up that long. And if it would have not been wrapped in this little cellophane and been in another real thick package all by itself, maybe it'd be okay. Probably not. That's pretty much going to be it, guys. It's all for the 1977 food packet long range patrol. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again probably Tuesday or Wednesday with another review. See you guys. Have a good day.